calling it Tinker Card, to create a little 3D pictogram. I kind of messed up on this one, you can see. It was a little trial and error, you know. But this one is the example that I provided in the lesson plan, so I'm going to show you guys how I did that. So you're just going to open, you should be open to your dashboard here. Over here you have home, classes, designs, blah, blah, blah. And they do have a tutorial section, which you can, some people will give you tutorials on how to make, which I can upload into your guys' dashboard once I finish this. And then over here you also have all of your previous designs that you've made and some of your classes that you can join. So maybe some of your future classes will use this. Anywho, you're just going to start by hitting this button over here, Create, go into 3D Design, and then you're met with this kind of grid. It's called a work plane. And just to show you guys a little bit, you have top, front, it kind of changes the view. You can go bottom, click these little arrows, back, left, right, front again, top again. You see how it works. And then over here on this side, you can either close that to give you more space or keep it open. Preferably, I like to keep it open just because I think it makes it a little bit easier. Down here too, you can do a little hide notes, you can make notes, little connectors, all that stuff. You'll get into this when you start building. So just to start off a build, you're gonna want to go into this little section over here, basic shapes. You can find there's a lot of different things you can that are already pretty prominent in here. So like these are all everyday objects, obviously. Some recyclables, just things like that, which actually, if you're making a pictogram, this section might be pretty useful for you. But for my example, I'm just gonna make the same thing that I made last time. But yeah, all of these might be useful little shapes. You can also do a shape generator and make a couple different shapes. There's a brick wall, it's pretty cool. So just to do this, I'm gonna start with this little box right here. And again, this is a top view, so just keep that in mind. You can move it down to the front view, which honestly I think makes it a little easier. You do want to, when you're moving this, don't use two fingers really, because it doesn't honestly work all that well. Using two fingers, it's kind of hard to, you know, move it around, honestly. Oh, see, even I am not the best at working this. But if you click on your box, you have these little tabs here. You can make it bigger, you can make it smaller. This little arrow will raise it, lower it, you know, all that good stuff. There's also these colors. You can make a custom color if you'd like, or you can do a preset. You can do multiple colors if the block warrants it. But for this, I'm just gonna stick with this color. Click up. There's steps and stuff too, you know. You can adjust the size of it this way as well, which might be a little easier. And you can turn it into a circle, anything cool like that. Again, raise, lower it, all that good stuff with these little tabs over here, which honestly might be a little bit more easier to do rather than trying to mess around with this over here. Alright, and then I'm gonna go back into this little section here, creatures and characters. It's not what I wanted. Structures and sceneries. Alright, got my mountain. See how it's pretty big mountain. Gonna change the color, I think. Put it as brown. And where did, well, okay, I'll move it just a little bit this way, a little bit this way, and I'm gonna attempt to shrink this down. I might have to, oop. Clearly I'm not the best at this, but that's okay. It's a learning curve. Oh, okay. Jeez, oh man. Okay, well, this is just clearly not working. Ah, there we go. See, it's all about mistakes. That's how we learn. Right. I'm not quite sure, honestly, though, why this is not moving. You can also delete things relatively easily just by hitting backspace, or remove them again by doing this. Okay, well, it's gonna go to the other side apparently, so that's fine. Okay. I can also switch to the views. Move that forward. Again, it's kind of finicky. It takes a little bit of time to figure out. Just as long as you try to figure it out. That's really all I'm looking for here, if I'm gonna be honest. Alright, maybe make that just a tad bit smaller. Okay, and I think honestly using your keyboard might make this a little bit more, a little easier to use, just because I think doing it on a trackpad especially is not the easiest thing in the world. So yeah. And then I have my little man right here, who's gonna be a really big man for a minute. Oh, see, oh, fun. Other people's designs. Oh, okay. That means he's a hidden object. You can hide him. Gonna move him this way. I accidentally made two of them. It's funny. Making him a small man. He's currently in the air, which shouldn't be. Put him in there. Alright. Is it exact? Absolutely not. But that's kind of the whole point, honestly. I think it's a little bit more fun when things get a little bit ridiculous. And then click that button and he animates. You can see the shapes that you use, the ground, and you can have him throw things also, which is really interesting. There's a little bit of a Minecraft view, which is cool, a Lego view, and you can collaborate with other people, but for the purposes of this, we're gonna stick to just the normal work plane. And you can send it, you can download a picture of your design, and then upload it through Google Classroom, or you can share it directly through Google Classroom, and that should work fine as well. And you are all good. It just is a matter of how you want to do your design. You can also change the grid options depending on your design. And you can change your background color, which I think is interesting as well. And you can even copy your last thing to put down, zoom in, change perspective, you know, that works. So if anyone can ever guess what this means, let me know. I'll ask in class. But that is pretty much it.